guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Stephanie and today I'm going to be talking about my Whole30 results for my second round of Whole30. If you are brand new to my channel, you can go ahead and click that subscribe button down below, and I will leave a link for you guys to my Whole30 playlist down in the description box so you can check out all the details about what Whole30 is, how I did it, how I planned it, and all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and jump into my results. So I've got my bullet journal here. I'm going to be using this for a little bit of reference for all my notes. If you're interested in seeing my bullet journal spread for Whole30, I'll go ahead and leave a link up in the cards so you guys can check out that video. So there were a couple of reasons I decided to do a second round of Whole30. The biggest one was that a friend of mine was doing the Whole30 and I joined in to kind of help be a little bit of an accountability partner for her. But I also had noticed a couple of things that had made me think about doing another one anyways. I had started to get a lot more sugar cravings again, and I really didn't like that, and I really wanted to crack down on my sugar cravings before we went into the holiday season. And then the last reason is, of course, to just really reset my diet before the holidays to help empower me to make better choices. I know a lot of people put on 5 to 10 pounds every November and December, and I didn't want to be part of that statistic this year. So let's go ahead and jump into some numbers. At the beginning of Whole30, I weighed 134.4 pounds. My waist was at 27 3/4 inches, and my hips were at 40 inches. And at the end of Whole30, I was down to 130.2 pounds, so I lost right around 4 pounds. That was really great, and my waist was at 27 inches, and my hips were still at 40 inches. So I felt really great about my weight loss on this Whole30. I didn't have a ton of weight that I wanted to lose. I ended up losing about half as much as I did in the first round. On the first round, I lost 9 pounds and then a couple more pounds during the reintroduction. Like I said, I didn't have as much weight to lose this time, so I was just happy just to see a couple more pounds come off during the Whole30. Now, your health is definitely more than the number on the scale or a number on a tape measure, and I wanted to share some of the non-scale victories from my Whole30. I had a lot more energy during the second half of this Whole30. I hit that tiger blood phase, which I missed out on my first round of Whole30. And I definitely could tell that it helped me at the gym be able to train harder and be more excited about going to the gym. I started noticing some muscles popping out at the gym, which was really great. I've never been a particularly active or muscular or athletic person, so I knew it was definitely going to take me a while to be able to kind of get to a point where I could actually see my musculature under my body, even though I was still losing some weight. And it was really just super encouraging to be able to see that, to know that I'm really getting stronger, and just to be able to see that progress. I had really good sleep during the Whole30. I actually started waking up regularly about 5 or 10 minutes before my alarm would go off, which is really great. I'm not a morning person, and I have to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning for work, so just having my body get more used to that schedule, getting that really good sleep, and taking care of myself has really helped my morning. I'm still grumpy sometimes in the morning, but definitely on average I can tell that I have a lot more energy and a much better attitude in the morning, and that is super great for me. Also, my husband really appreciates that. I really enjoyed cooking for this round of Whole30. I really wanted to push myself and try some new recipes since I've been eating a lot more Whole30-ish even in between the Whole30s, and it was really fun. I have added so many foods to my I like to eat list. Growing up, I was always a super picky eater, so it's huge for me. So some of the foods that I now like, I tried pineapple and shallots, and I've been eating a lot of squash, and my goodness, Brussels sprouts. I had them once in a restaurant and really loved them, and I tried cooking them several years ago, and I tried so many different ways, and I couldn't figure out how to cook them in a way I like them. But now I found a great way to cook them. The secret is bacon grease because bacon makes everything delicious. And I'm really excited because I love Brussels sprouts now. On a mental level, I feel like I have a much better relationship with food than I had before, and I really saw that change a lot in the second round of Whole30. I have been struggling a lot since my first round of Whole30. I found out that dairy is a huge migraine trigger for me, and it was really hard for me to cut out dairy, and been kind of dealing with that kind of on an emotional level. And so this round I've been feeling a lot better and realizing that I don't need food for comfort when I'm feeling upset or when I'm feeling happy or at a social event. Like, I don't need food to deal with any of that. And that's been really great. I have gone to a couple of parties and been able to maintain a really good attitude about food and not get upset when other people are eating things that I can't eat. And I also had a really bad migraine during this Whole30. Unfortunately, cold fronts are also a migraine trigger. We had a pretty big one come through and I had a 2-day migraine. And usually when I have a migraine, I cave and get some junk food, but I didn't. I stayed on Whole30. I ate the good healthy food and I was really proud of myself for that. And just in general, I have just been more upbeat and more positive. I think it goes along with having more energy and getting better sleep, and then just having a body that's just really got all the nutrients that it needs. So let's move on to what I learned in the reintroduction period. So I reintroduced beans, gluten-free grains, and then gluten. I did not reintroduce dairy since I know that is a no-no for me. Beans was a pretty big surprise this round. I found out beans really do not agree with me. Last round I had accidentally eaten peas the entire last week of Whole30, so my bean reintroduction really didn't tell me a whole lot, but I didn't learn that until after I had finished the whole thing, so I didn't want to restart immediately. But I just learned that beans really are something that I need to eat. If I'm going to eat, I have to eat them in a very small quantity, and I have to be willing to put up with some digestive upsets that beans tend to cause people. When I ate gluten-free grains, I felt totally fine the next couple of days, and during that days I didn't notice anything adverse reactions happening, which is great. It's not something I'm going to be eating on a regular basis, but it's good for me to know that if I want a treat, I can have something gluten-free and it's not really going to affect me too much. And then the last thing was gluten, and I was quite pleasantly surprised that I did not see any adverse reactions to eating gluten this round. Last round I had a lot of carb cravings after I reintroduced gluten. This time when I reintroduced gluten, I stuck with savory foods and I didn't eat a bunch of sweets like cakes or brownies or cookies or anything like that. And I definitely learned that for me, the biggest trigger for having carb cravings is eating large amounts of sugar. I had some really bad carb cravings while on the Whole30 one night after I indulged in some fruit and a Larabar, and it was just kind of a lot of sugar kind of late in the evening, even though it was all from approved sources. So now I know I need to just be really careful about how much sugar I eat, and if I do decide to indulge in this sugary treat, just to know that the next couple days I'm going to have to really buckle down and not give in to more carb cravings so I can get back in the zone. So that's what I got out of my Whole30 this round. I feel really great about it. I am ready to go into the holidays and conquer all of the holiday parties and snack foods that are going to be around, and know that I'm going to be able to make really good choices and to still be able to enjoy time with friends and family. So thank you guys so much for watching. That's all I have for this video.